Last year did not end well for the Hartford Whalers. But since then, many changes have taken place. A new owner, a new general manager, and the return of Paul Holmgren as head coach. The changes at the top have paid off.
You know, I started with the new ownership, and then, with Jim Rutherford coming in, I think that now that, things are only going to go up for us. There's no more taking steps backwards like we were before. I think that, we got some people that really want to win here, and, the players are excited, and I know that we're not going to be taking any steps backwards.
One man going forward is goaltender Sean Bourque. Always highly regarded, Bourque seems to be living up to the promise of his rookie season 7 years ago. Bourque has been rock steady for the Whalers, allowing little more than 2 goals a game.
You can look at his work habits and his conditioning throughout the lockout. He worked very hard. He kept himself in great shape. He was on the ice 3 times a week anyway. And, I think you can credit a lot of his success to just to his athletic ability. He's a great athlete.
And Bourque, the story. Here it is in front alone. What a save on Tchaikovsky.
He's very mobile, very coordinated, quick reflexes, and he uses his athleticism in the net.
Here's Konowalchuk. He's going to break in alone. Fakes, shoots. Saved by Bourque. He got a stick out to stop that one. An unbelievable save by Bourque.
The way he's playing now, I've never seen him play this well, this consistently, game in and game out. Every time he's in the net, he gives us a chance to win the game. And I look for more of the same. I think Sean, he knows that he's a top guy now, and he feels comfortable in his role. And if we can keep him healthy, I feel he can have a great year for us, as he's already had it.
An improved defense definitely helps. Veterans like Adam Brut, Brian Glynn, and Brad McCrimmon have been bolstered by the addition of a former rival from Boston, Glenn Wesley. Wesley has learned a lot about leadership from his old defensive partner, Ray Bourque.
Well, it's something that I think I've grown into, and I've learned from, a great defenseman that I played with for 7 years, and I think hopefully I can, rub a little of that off to, Chris and the other defensemen. I think there's some great leaders on this hockey team, but hopefully I can help them, develop into a great defenseman.
That Chris Wesley was referring to is Chris Pronger, the Whalers' first pick in last year's draft. The 6'5", 20-year-old has a lot to learn, but he's learning well.
He's got to be involved physically. He's got to be involved offensively, and he's in my opinion, going to be a great player. We'd like him to be great, obviously, very quickly, and in order to help us become a better team.
Scoring comes from Pat Verbeek, Darren Turcotte, Andrew Castles, and especially speedy Jeff Sanderson, who just seems to be getting better every day. The 23-year-old Sanderson has established himself as one of the game's leading snipers.
Well, I think in a full season, Jeff could score 50 goals, certainly. He gets a tremendous amount of chances because of his speed, and the one thing he's developed is a real solid work ethic. Jeff's an extremely hard worker in practice and in games. He knows that we count on him to score goals, and he puts himself in a position where he's going to score goals.
And now the Whalers are in a position where they just might make the playoffs with a recent run of 4 wins in 5 games.
They get it through those spindly legs of Shel Samuelson. Pronger wrists, and he scores! Alina had to Kron, only Taglianetti back. Kron shoots, he scores!
Goes deep, puts it up backhander, and a save by Bourque. And the follow-up is a shot, the save. And Bourque the story there. The Bruins had 3 chances. The other defenseman. Loose in front. Score! Turcotte. And Hartford wins the game 3-2.
Here comes Ranheim racing ahead with Pronger. Paul Ranheim goes down, sweeps it into the net, he scores! Paul Ranheim went down, it looked like he was out, and the Whalers lead it 2-1. 2-on-1. Verbeek joining Sanderson on the rush. Sanderson shoots, he scores! Jeff Sanderson.
Young, exciting, winning. Something very good is happening in Hartford. Now it's time for the Alka-Seltzer Plus Plus Minus Award update. When you got a cold and you got to get relief, you got to get Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold Medicine. A new man shares the top spot. Philadelphia defenseman Eric Desjardins has pulled even with Pittsburgh's Ron Francis. Both the Flyer and the Penguin are big pluses to their team.
Well, that's true. You got to have the horses. There's Francis, and he scores!
6 weeks into the season, Eric Desjardins and Ron Francis lead the way to the Plus Minus Award.
Peter Barnes can't wait to shake his cold. Pills take time to dissolve, so he'll rush relief with the effervescent power of Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. It's ready the moment you take it, rushing powerful medicines to soothe your aches, relieve your runny nose, free your breathing. Nothing rushes relief like Alka-Seltzer Plus.
There's a whole range of things that can go wrong in golf. Slices, hooks, curves.
The club would hit the ground and wouldn't even hit the ball.
I used to hit the ball with a horrendous slice.
I needed some help, and Golf Digest gave me the help that I needed.
Golf Digest and the 8 Ways to a Better Golf Game video will help you improve your golf game. If it doesn't, cancel the subscription and keep the video free.
Reading Golf Digest helped me get rid of my fade.
I can drive the ball greater distances.
Golf Digest took me from a 15 handicap to a 6 handicap.
Golfers everywhere have actually improved their game by reading Golf Digest and watching the video. They know a subscription to Golf Digest is a must for anyone who wants to be a better golfer.
It really helped me to understand the techniques and the skills of the game.
I think it has articles that will help everybody.
So call 800-522-5333. If your game doesn't improve, we'll send you the video and a year subscription for free. We guarantee it.
There is no way you cannot improve your golf game.
The only thing you lose out of this deal is a few strokes.
Welcome back as we get an update from the Western Conference. First, let's congratulate San Jose's Gaetan Duchesne on becoming the 100th player in history to participate in 1,000 games. The man they call Duke has been rugged and durable. And hey, let's not forget those good hands. Meanwhile, Sharks captain Bob Airey was traded to Detroit for a draft choice. Airey will be reunited with his old junior teammate Steve Yzerman. Another captain, Neil Broughton of the Stars, was traded to New Jersey for Corey Millen. Broughton spent 14 years with the Stars. Calgary's Gary Roberts will be having surgery soon on a degenerated disc in his neck. Facing a long road, Roberts is eager to get it done.
Probably looking at a 6-month rehab program. And, the thing I can't control is the surgery. They're going to put me to sleep, and they're going to go to work on me, and hopefully when I wake up, they tell me things went well, and then the thing I can control is the rehab program after, and that's where I'll work hard and hopefully be back playing in September.
In Edmonton, the comeback of Kent Nilsson continues. The Swedish star got his first goal since returning to the Oilers and the league.
Rebound, scores! Kent Nilsson has his first goal in almost 8 years.
Nilsson had last scored in the NHL in April of 1987. Goals came fast and furiously for the St. Louis Blues. A Brendan Shanahan tally was quickly followed by Glenn Anderson.
Lead pass up ahead. Here comes Anderson. There's the chance. There's the goal.
Anderson's goal came 30 seconds after Shanahan's. 28 seconds later, Brett Hull lit the lamp.
In front, score. Hull.
3 goals in 58 seconds and a 3-2 victory over the Leafs. The Blues' 4th win in a row. And finally, another huge night for Bernie Nichols and the Chicago Blackhawks, as Nichols racked up his second 4-goal game of the year. This time, the Los Angeles Kings fell victim.
Center it, Nichols cuts in there. Here's the shot. Scores! Bernie Nichols! His 4th goal of the game!
Watching Bernie Nichols do his thing is a pleasure brought to us by television. And lately, it seems, television coverage of hockey has become very sophisticated. Check out this broadcast opening using computer graphic animation on behalf of the San Jose Sharks. Between period breaks have also become more entertaining. The Mighty Ducks of Anaheim have taken advantage of the breaks by creating segments on penalties and the signals referees use to indicate them. Colorman Brian Hayward does the instructing with the help of some Disney animation.
You know, I'm really starting to like this referee ensemble. You know, understanding the rules will make this great game of hockey a lot more enjoyable to watch. When you see the referee go like this, you'll know that a cross-checking call has been made.
Of course, coverage of game action is the most important part. Different camera angles help us to see the game better, and none has been more innovative than Hockey Night in Canada's use of goal cam. Now that's what I call an inside look. Well-positioned microphones enable us to hear the game better. There's more than just the sounds of skates and sticks, and we can really feel like we're at a game when a bone-jarring hit comes right into our living room. Occasionally, we can even hear some chatter. Listen to this as goaltender Glenn Healy of the Rangers thanks defenseman Alexander Karpovtsev for blocking a shot. Recently, we had our microphones in place to capture some other sounds of the game that you might not ordinarily get to hear.
Ouch! No.
Splat!
Oh, no, not, get away, stop!
Now Brut presents the check of the week. Brut Active Blue. Ron Hextall of the Philadelphia Flyers likes to get involved in the give and take, and he's about to land a hit on Montreal's Mark Recchi, for goodness sake.
Muller to Recchi. Recchi after it. Kevin Haller after all. Hextall really reaps Recchi in the corner of the rink.
It's not a bad play if he was a defenseman. Recchi's already touched the puck, and it's a good solid hit.
Story.
Follow up Troy Murray. Murray skating hard, taken down on the play. Huskrow in front, score Phil Bourque.
Score Phil Bourque has a nice ring to it, and one that is even dearer to the left wing of the Ottawa Senators since the harrowing event which befell him last August. At that time, Phil Bourque and his wife Julie were vacationing on Lake Powell in Utah when they decided to explore Lone Rock Canyon, which is just north of the Grand Canyon. Bourque was only looking to have some fun and get some exercise as he ventured along the cliffs.
What started out as kind of running a sandhill for a little bit of training ended up being a little more adventurous than I should have been, and I got up to a point on this hill where I was just up too high, and I decided to come down, and my first step down I thought was a rock that I was standing on ended up being this sandstone that just basically crumbled underneath me and caused me to fall feet first. That's really the last thing I remembered.
Phil Bourque fell 40 feet and wound up sitting in a semi-conscious state with his eyes swollen shut for 2 hours before his wife could reach him. A 4.5-hour helicopter rescue ensued. He was taken to the medical center in Flagstaff, Arizona, and his injuries were determined to be quite severe.
I had broken all the bones, broke my nose in 2 places and broke both my cheekbones, broke 3 vertebrae in my neck, and I fractured my skull on the back. I stayed in the hospital about a week, and the doc came in the next day and says, "I'm going to tell you how lucky you are. We had a 12-year-old little boy that was in the same area as you that fell 20 feet, and you fell 40 feet, and he arrived DOA."
Thanks to luck, strength, and great conditioning, Bourque survived the fall. But his life afterwards was very much in question.
The doctors said that, I doubt you're going to be able to play, but you should be able to walk, and you should be happy about that. And I figured, well, this is it, and this really stinks because I didn't want to end my career on this type of note. Having something silly as a fall like this, I wanted to be able to go out of the game like everybody else when the time is right and you feel that you can't play anymore. Because I definitely feel like I have lots more hockey left.
Bourque began a difficult rehabilitation process and soon exceeded expectations. It was clear he would play again, optimistically, in December. The labor dispute gave him time to recover.
The lockout kind of helped me because I was able to spend this time rehabbing and not miss games on the schedule and pretty well be on the same page as everybody else when the season started. And somebody was definitely looking out for me because I was able to rehab this injury and able to come back and play and a lot quicker than I thought I was going to be able to.
Phil Bourque, tremendous recovery from an off-season accident.
We're just being in uniform is amazing.
Yeah, just to be a tremendous, courageous comeback by Phil Bourque.
A lesson in the fragile nature of life itself. How quickly everything can change. A lucky man indeed. Phil Bourque is a true survivor. Now it's time for the Player of the Week, brought to you by Molson Ice from Canada, the land where ice was born. Backstopping 3 wins and a tie, including a shutout, Trevor Kidd of the Calgary Flames has been on fire. The Western Conference is finding out that this kid isn't kidding.
Pucks it through to the corner. Bouncing puck coming right out in front. Great save. Rebound. Oh, my. What a pair of saves there by Trevor Kidd.
The Player of the Week, Trevor Kidd.
Canada. It's a land like no other, with a beer like no other. Molson Ice. Ice brewed by North America's oldest brewery to be colder and bolder. Yet smooth as ice. Molson Ice, from the land where ice was born.
Why do ordinary cold pills like Sudafed release their medicine on you all at once and wear off as soon as 4 hours? When doctors agree the best way to get cold medicine is little by little throughout the day. But this is a little impractical for a cold. And that's why Contact was invented. Like an IV, Contact works fast to relieve your symptoms and then releases just the right amount of medicine, a microdose at a time, for 12 continuous hours of relief. The way doctors recommend you get it. Contact. Relief that's fast, relief that lasts.
Market took a hit today.
Yes, it's tough out there.
Oh, I don't know. That bar Cheers, it's packed every night. They're doing great.
I'm sure. My mutual fund is being mismanaged. I'm thinking of suing.
Oh, I know a great lawyer.
Really?
Yeah, Matlock.
Matlock?
Okay, he's a little old, but he's never lost a case. Undefeated.
Some people know CNBC is the first place for business news.
Oh, time for hard copy.
And some don't. CNBC, when you're tired of tuning out, tune in.
Welcome back as we check out some action from the Eastern Conference. In Montreal, John LeClair, Eric Desjardins, and Gilbert Dion returned for the first time since the trade that sent them to Philadelphia. Enjoying a big night, LeClair stole the show.
3 ex-Canadiens on here for Flyers. Here's Renberg with a drive right on the rebound, and LeClair gets his second goal of the hockey game. What a homecoming for John LeClair. Here comes Renberg. Lindros blasted it wide. LeClair gets the hat trick. John LeClair with his 3rd goal of the night. John LeClair's going to get one of the biggest cheers he ever got in this building.
8 goals in 7 games for LeClair, whose hat trick sparked a 7-0 rout, the Canadiens' worst loss in 20 years. For Montreal, it didn't get any better from there. Next, a 6-1 loss in New Jersey.
How about we're going to get to 52 shots to set a Devils record?
We'll see. Lemieux! Score! Shot 51.
Patrick Waugh faced 53 shots, the most ever in Habs history. In Quebec, the Nordiques were a little shaky in a first-place showdown. After taking a 2-0 lead against Pittsburgh, the Nords allowed 7 goals in the second period, and Penguins play-by-play man Mike Lang got to use his repertoire.
Loose puck, Cullen shoots it, saving. Rebound, score! John Cullen gets his own rebound. Now, Bissett doesn't know whether to cry or wind his watch right now. And he's smiling like a butcher's dog. He shoots and scores. Now, Michael Motorcycle. I'll be cow-kicked.
Quebec was cow-kicked 7-5. Luc Robitaille had 2 goals and 2 assists. And finally in New York, Florida's John Van Beesbrook faced his former teammate on the Rangers, Mike Richter, in a showcase of why goals are down.
Right now in the league, there are probably more top goalkeepers than there's been maybe in the last 20 years, and I think that's the main reason. Right now there's a top cycle of goalkeeping, and that's the main reason why the goals against are down.
Richter was flawless, facing 23 shots for a shutout. And Van Beesbroek was the same as he stopped 44. It was the first 0-0 tie for the Rangers in more than 5 years, and the first ever in the history of the Florida Panthers. That red light means it's time for Top 5 Goals, brought to you by Contact 12-Hour Cold Caplets.
Try the aggressive forechecking that got him the goal in the first period. Here's Chance walking right in. Backhand shot, he scores!
Pretty nice play by Chance. Chance goes to the backhand and right underneath the left hip of Mike Vernon.
That is part of the new Brett Hull. Both ways, all the time, not ever quitting. In low, score! It's a one-goal game! Tom Peterson!
Nice work by Larry Onoff there to set him up. Here he is, move it outside, then he's going to go top shelf. And wow, that is a perfect shot.
Here's Richer. Richer fakes the shot, pulls the string on Cote, and they score! Watch the burst of speed. The James, a fake slapper, pulls it inside. Cote caught flat-footed, then pulls it to his forehand and rips one.
Here comes Ranheim racing ahead with Pronger. Paul Ranheim goes down, sweeps it into the net, he scores! Paul Ranheim went down, it looked like he was out, but he has scored!
Oh, what an effort by Paul Ranheim. He completely threw a great goalie out.
Someone's got a man open, Sandstrom trying to beat him. He's hooked from behind, coming toward the net, falls down, shoots. Thomas Sandstrom on his backside! Gives the Penguins a lead with a brilliant short-handed goal! Scratch my back with a hacksaw. Thomas Sandstrom with a goal of the year.
Hope you enjoyed it, and take a shot with us next time as Brut presents Hockey Week. Hockey Week has been brought to you by Brut Active Blue, the essence of man.